I am nothing if not consistent. Consistently late. It's a new thing for me. But good evening. And I hope you had a great day. I hope today was everything that you set out to make it. And now I'm going to read from Aesop's Fables. I hope I can correct the mirror image. And the story I'm reading is The Mouse and the Bull from Aesop's Fables. There was once a bull who was feeding on a bale of straw. He had no idea that a mouse was living there. The mouse was angry that the bull was about to destroy his home. As the bull lowered his head to eat, the tiny mouse bit the great animal on the nose. Cheekily, the mouse then disappeared into a hole in the wall. Despite the surprise, the bull charged at the wall, butting it with his huge head. But the wall held firm. After a while, the bull became tired and sank to the ground. Then, when all was quiet, the mouse ran out and bit him again. The bull was beside himself. He rose to his feet, but the mouse ran back in the hole again, and the bull could do nothing but bellow and fume. Then he heard a shrill voice say, "You big fellows don't always have it your way. Sometimes we little ones come off best." And this, the moral of the story is that the battle is not always won by the strong. Like, work smarter, not harder. So that's the first one from Aesop's Fables. And I randomly picked that because, truthfully, I did not have one. I did not have one prepared. And I don't know if we read The Fox and the Crow before. I'm not sure. But I am going to read next The Fox and the Crow. A crow once spied a piece of cheese on the ground. She swooped down and picked it up in her beak. Then she flew to a nearby tree where she settled on a branch. A fox was lurking in some bushes nearby and saw what she had done. He licked his lips at the thought of the delicious cheese. The fox strolled up to the foot of the tree and cried, "Mistress Crow, I'm tired. Mrs. Crow, how well you look today. How glossy your feathers. How bright your eyes. I'm sure your voice must be just as beautiful. Sing for me, please, so I can tell everyone that you are the queen of birds." The crow was thrilled by these words. She lifted her head and began to caw, and the cheese fell to the ground. The fox pounced on it at once, snapping it up in his jaws. "That was all I wanted," he said. "In exchange for your cheese, I will give you a piece of advice. When people pay you compliments, they may not be telling the truth." And I think that fox gave me that advice because I am terrible. I don't take compliments well. That was the second one. The Crow, The Fox and the Crow. And these are from Aesop's Fables. Aesop's Fables. And this third one, because they're so short, they're like 1 page each. The Vain Jackdaw. Long ago, the great god Jupiter ruled over the earth. One day, he was looking down over all creation when he saw that the birds were arguing and squabbling amongst themselves. "This will not do," thought Jupiter. "There must be a way that they can keep order amongst themselves." Jupiter thought hard and finally came up with an idea. He announced that he intended to appoint a king of the birds to rule over them and keep control. The god named a day on which all the birds were to appear before his throne, when he would select the most beautiful to be their ruler. The birds were hugely excited. All of them wished to be chosen. Wanting to look their best, they hurried off to the banks of a stream where they busied themselves in bathing and preening. The jackdaw was also there, but he realized that with his ugly plumage, he would have little chance. So he waited until the others had gone, then picked up the brightest of the feathers they had dropped and stuck them all over his own body. When he had finished, he looked at his reflection in the water. He was very pleased with his handiwork. When the day came, the birds assembled before Jupiter. One bird caught the eye of the great god because of his colorful plumage, the jackdaw. But just as Jupiter was about to make him king, the other birds turned on the jackdaw, stripped him of his feathers, and exposed him for the unremarkable bird that he really was. Dressing up does not make you a better, more worthy person. And they really should have this story distributed on social media. Alright, I think those three are enough from Aesop's Fables, and I'm back in my little book of mermaid stories, and they are also very short. Let me see. So this one I'm going to read is The Magic Necklace from the Little Book of Mermaid Stories. Today was an important day at mermaid school. The little mermaids were going to swim in a deep ocean for the first time. All the mermaids were excited, apart from Ava. Ava was nervous. She had never swum in a deep ocean before. Luckily, her big sister Pippa swam by just before the little mermaid set off. "What's the matter, Ava?" Pippa asked. "The ocean is so deep," said Ava. "What if I get tired or lost?" Pippa smiled and took off her seashell necklace. "All you have to do is wear my necklace and everything will be alright," she said. "Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I'm going to sleep." Ava was confused. "But how?" Ava asked. "My necklace is magic," explained Pippa. "Whoever wears it will be safe and protected no matter what." Ava put on a necklace. Happily, she could already feel her tail getting stronger. She swam off to meet the rest of her class. Ava spent the afternoon swimming in the deep ocean. She flipped and dived and giggled and laughed. All too soon, it was time to return to mermaid school. The necklace worked. The necklace worked, Ava told Pippa. "It's magic." "My necklace isn't magic," Pippa said. "I knew you could swim in a deep ocean. You just needed to believe in yourself." Ava couldn't believe it. She had swum in a deep ocean all by herself. "Thank you, Pippa," she said, giving her sister a big hug. And there ends the story from my little book of mermaid. My little book of mermaid stories. Today was a very long day, and I did a lot of physical activity. This last story was a magic necklace. I started off with planting some plants, and then I ran for an hour on a treadmill, and then I put on some vinyl tiles on the floor, and I went on the road. I'm tired, so I'm not going to hang around for very long. But do remember, the reason why I do this, I'm not looking for likes, I'm not looking for follows, I'm not trying to create any kind of a new fan base. I don't plan to do any children's stuff. I do this because I would really like to encourage and inspire people to read to their children at night. Read a story to your kids. Hug them, tuck them in, read a story to them. It don't matter if you tuck them in a crocus bag. It don't matter if you tuck them in a feeding bag stuffed with straw, but tuck them in and hug them and kiss them on the forehead and tell them to have some really good dreams. Hang a dream catcher over the door and tell them the magic of the dream catcher. It works when you let it. And tell them they can become anything they want. Tell them they can become anything they want. And that is the magic that you instill in your children. Confidence. Confidence, a strong sense of self, self-worth. These things that you don't buy. These are things that everybody can afford. Give them to your children because they need it. In this very cruel world that we live, it is upon us to create some less cruel humans so that we can change our outcome, so we can change the space. We stop complaining that the space is cruel and we start instead to infuse it with kind and loving humans, and that way the place will change. It has no choice. So hug your children, tell them you love them, tell them they're made of pure love and light and positive energy, because whatever you tell them, they will believe it. Read them some stories, get them into books so that your children will be more literate. Instead of complaining that you saw a little kid with a bag on his back marked dunce, make sure yours aren't. Read to them. Make reading cool. Make it a culture in your household. Make them see daddy read. Make them see mommy read. So that them know say reading is cool and it's okay. But if you don't read, you can't send them go pick up a book. We're saying lead by example. We're saying model the behavior that you want to see your children displaying. May I beg and plead, please, let's create the kind of humans that we claim we want to see in the world. That is it. And that's why I read in the evenings. And I've restarted to read. And I'm asking you to join me. It would be nice if some of you would read. I need to go page Mona, because she did read really good. I forgot today, I go ask her if she want to read this evening. But read to your kids. Read to your kids. Tuck them in, hug them, kiss them on the forehead. Ask them how their day was at school. Ask them what their favorite subject. Simple things. Ask them, what their least favorite subject and why, and see if you can inspire them to make it less unliked or more likable. Get involved. And this can take you like 10-15 minutes. You can read a short story. It doesn't have to be a long story. You don't have to read one novel. You don't have to read one full-length suspense novel. Read a short story that can take up even just a page, and hug them and tell two joke, tell two story, even dopey story. Laugh with them, hug them, kiss them, tell them you love them. Let us create some better humans. I don't like the word better. Let us create the kind of humans that we claim we want. Yeah? Some more empathetic humans who will be kinder to us when we are old and indigent. Alright. Short stop. And I'm gonna go now. Because you see me here, I'm tired. I'm gonna go sleep. I'm gonna get up early. I'm gonna run for half an hour and then go to bed. So I will see you tomorrow is what? Thursday? I will see you tomorrow. I will not see you on Friday. Alright, later. Love you guys.